without objection.
Thank you. Members of the House, the world is now fully aware of the absolute terror of Boko Haram. Over the last few months, there have been over 500 schools burned to the ground by Boko Haram. Struck by the brazen abduction of nearly 300 innocent schoolgirls, people are now asking, what is Boko Haram? Sadly, for the communities in northern Nigeria, they know the answer to that. They know what Boko Haram means to them. They know that the definition of Boko Haram is Western education is a sin, and they know that for this particular organization of particularly great importance is that young women not be educated. Sadly, for the communities in northern Nigeria, they know that Boko Haram believes that you can kidnap women, you can sell young girls, you can treat them as chattel, you can enslave them, but the one great sin is should you try to educate them. Because should you try to educate them, you will meet the fate of over 100 teachers who have been slaughtered in northern Nigeria for trying to educate young women. Boko Haram in total has killed some 4,000 individuals now. The communities in northern Nigeria live in constant fear, losing any normalcy of life. Most of the schools in whole regions have been shut down. Community centers, farms, businesses have been boarded up and closed. Even with the recent on rescuing these young women, Boko Haram has been able to continue its reign of terror. Its militants have relatively sophisticated weapons. They have ample funds. They have advanced training. This group is the vanguard of a foreign-backed move to transform and radicalize Nigerian society, as many Nigerians have told me in the country. Since the abduction of these 300 students, more girls have been kidnapped, and more Nigerian security units have been attacked. This group, my friends, is not going away. Boko Haram lives up to its name. They have killed, as I say, over 100 teachers, but over 500 students. They've denied tens of thousands of young Nigerians an education, but they have a very alternative framework for education or indoctrination that they intend to supplant. And despite knowing the dangers, these young women were committed to their education, the ones that were abducted. This resolution importantly puts the House on record saying, we are committed to getting them freed. The resolution supports U.S. assistance to the Nigerian government in trying to rescue these girls and calls for a more active U.S. role. Tomorrow we will hear from a young woman who herself was kidnapped by Boko Haram and escaped. But it is clear that the Nigerian security forces are facing an uphill battle in the fight against Boko Haram. Some of these problems are internal, some unprofessional and corrupt units that are poorly equipped, poorly trained. And that's led some to say that we should not be involved. But, Mr. Speaker, it tells me that U.S. involvement is critical. Without U.S. expertise, including intelligence sharing, it's clear that the threat from the U.S.-designated terrorist group will grow. And these girls will suffer, other girls will suffer. The region will be destabilized. U.S. forces are well positioned to advise and assist. They can advise and assist Nigerian forces in the search and rescue of these girls. In this role, U.S. forces, expertly trained to deal with hostage situations, trained in jungle environments, could help Nigerians with intelligence planning and logistics up until the point the operation is launched. And if some U.S. laws would hinder such assistance, the administration should use its waiver authority under these extraordinary circumstances. An advise and assist operation would have the benefit of boosting morale and effectiveness of the Nigerian forces. It would ensure expert planning. It would ensure the best chance of success of rescue. This isn't dissimilar to the operation against the Lord's Resistance Army in eastern Africa, where U.S. forces have been embedded with local units, training and constraining Joseph Kony, and it has been used in the past to eliminate al-Qaeda-linked terrorists in North Africa. And while these girls are foremost in our mind, there are larger considerations too. Indeed, commanders at the Pentagon have stated that Boko Haram is a threat to Western interests and one of the highest counterterrorism priorities in Africa, they tell us. And that's especially the case given Nigeria's position as the continent's most populous country and biggest economy. This resolution is a show of solidarity with these young kidnapped girls, with their families, and with the communities in northern Nigeria who have lived under constant fear of Boko Haram for far too long. I reserve the balance of my time.